Welcome all of you to Animaths. We shall be doing linear equations today. Okay, linear equations, numericals. That is the simple problems of finding the value of x using an equation. So we are going to do, these are called, you can say numericals in linear equations, or you can just say simple sums on linear equations, because linear equation sums are of two types. One is the sums where you find the x directly from the equation, and then you have the problem sums where you actually make the equation yourself from the problem and then you solve it. So here we are only learning to solve the equations and get the value of x. Okay, so please watch the video from the beginning to the end, because you will be noticing that I am picking up different types of questions all through the video. Okay, and the difficulty level of the sums is also going up as I proceed with my video. So do not see only the first few, because all through the video you have some technique or the other to learn in the video. Okay, so keep watching and make a note of the different processes, the different procedures that I take in this particular solving. Okay, then let us see what are the different types of sums we are going to take up. Now remember one thing, the entire chapter, the solving of linear equation, this seems to be very tough for you all, but then the entire chapter we keep on using only two methods. There are only two methods which are learned in this chapter, and that is constantly being used in different ways. You will note how. Okay, so let me take a very simple one. X plus 5 is equal to 12. Okay, that's the first question, and solve this question. When they tell you solve, okay, they'll tell you solve this question. When they tell you solve this question, what they mean to say is find the value of x. In other words, what should we put here so that added with 5 will give me a 12. Now this is a very simple question, so even a second standard child will tell, okay, x value is x is a 7, yeah, because if we add 7 to 5 it gives us a 12. But then later on this kind of x finding sums become very difficult. Okay, they become very difficult slowly, and then you need a proper method. This can be done by guesswork, but we are not here to learn that. We are here to learn to do every type of linear equation, finding the value of x for even the difficult ones. So let us start from an easy one. Now whenever we have an x here, okay, we'll have to hold the x tight. We can hold it tight to the right, we can hold it tight to the left, that is okay. But then we need to hold the x tight, means we are not going to move the x, but we are going to move everything else with it to the other side. Okay, so only x has to remain on one side of the equation and everything else has to go to the other side. That is, all the numbers that is there with x, here we have a 5, will go to the other side. That is the idea of doing the whole sum. Now here, if x is, we have to find, we'll not remove the x, as I said, hold the x tight, and then put the equal to sign, write this 12 first. But then what to do with this 5? This 5 has to go to the other side of the equal to sign. Now if it goes to the other side of the equal to sign, it will have a change in sign. That is, from plus 5 it will become a minus 5. Okay, so anything that skips the equal to sign and goes to the other side of the equal to sign gets a change in sign. Now this is 7 now, therefore value of x is 7. So we have solved it, we have got the value of x. Okay, let me take a little different one, which is x minus 2 is a minus 5. Now remember one thing, these signs are not to be neglected. Please, Okay, it's not that if you write the 5 minus, it's okay. If you don't write the minus, then also okay. Please copy exactly what is given in the sum, because this minus has a lot of importance, and see to it that you are copying the sum correctly from your question paper, from your textbook. Another thing I want to tell all my students, what the new trend is, it's a very, we are going through a very fast phase of life. Everyone wants to do everything very fast, but not everything happens that fast. Okay, I'll tell you that why. Children these days are, and this is my message to all the parents also who are supervising their children in studies, it is my message, please make your child copy the question. Okay, this question is not supposed to be solved this much in the question paper or the textbook, and children try doing from here straight away. Those are the children, those are the students who get maximum mistakes. So the first step of solving any sum, I'll tell that in geometry also, is to please, copy the question first, ditto from the question paper, then start thinking. Okay, so here I have copied the question. So even after 22 years of teaching, I still can't do a sum without copying it. I will also tend to go wrong if I am doing that. So please make sure that you are copying. Now here I copied it and I checked it, and now what should I do? Again, hold the X tight, don't let the X move. Put down this equal to sign, copy what is next to the equal to sign, and take this minus 2 to the other side. Remember, this minus belongs to the 2 and not to the X. Take this minus 2 to the other side, minus 2 becomes a plus 2. Okay, now here we have nothing but an integer calculation. Minus 5 plus 2 is an integer simplification. They have different signs. I'll go through this also. I have a video on this. Minus 5 plus 2, that is, they have different signs. If they have different signs, we will subtract and put down the sign of the bigger number. That's it. Okay, so x becomes a minus 3. This is my sum. Okay, so I got the value as x is minus 3. So let me take up some other questions. If you want, you can copy these, because I always make it a point in all my videos, in all my classes, to go through. All my videos will have the types. Each and every type is picked up. I generally don't repeat the types. So here I have one with a plus, here I have one with a minus. You might be wondering what would I do if I have a minus here. Okay, so I will always pick. So if you follow my videos regularly, you will see that I have made it a point to pick up the types. So you can actually make a note of the sums, and that gives you a very good record of all the different types of sums which you can revise before your exam. Okay, now next question is 4x plus 7 is equal to 15. Okay, 4x plus 7 is equal to 15. Now, how do we solve it? Now here the difference between this sum and the previous sum is that this here we have a 4x. Okay, we don't have a x, so this is slightly high, little more difficult. So we'll hold the 4x back now. We'll not only hold x, we'll hold the full 4x, and we'll clear the rest of this side of the equal to sign of anything else that is there. So we write down the 15 and take this 7 to the other side, and there's a sign change, as you know. Okay, so that becomes an 8, and we write the 4x here. Till now, we were only working on the sign change. This sign change is called transposition. That is, when anything goes to the other side of the equal to sign, the sign changes. That is transposition. Now here starts the second method of solving linear equation. Whenever, see, you see there's no plus sign with it. Okay, with 4 there's no plus sign. The 4 and the x is attached. It means the 4 is multiplied with the x. Okay, in that case, okay, again we'll have to isolate the x. That is, we have to make the x all alone. We have to single out the x. And what to do? We have to remove that 4 also. But this time we are not going to take the 4 and put a minus sign here and take the 4 that side, because we can't do it, because it is attached with a with no sign. It doesn't have a plus or minus. It is multiplied. So for multiplication or division, the method is cross multiplication. Okay, so what we do, we write the x alone, we have isolated it. Where to take this 4? This 4 goes down. That is, if the 4 is up here in the numerator, it goes down and divides the 8, which is a 2. So x is equal to a 2. Okay, so we have used both the methods in this sum. First, we use transposition by making this minus 7, and second, we use cross multiplication by bringing the 4 down and making it a 2. Okay, so let us take another sum where there is a cross multiplication, but then slightly different. This sum is x by 5 is equal to 12. Now x by 5 is equal to 12. Here also we have to take the x alone. We have to make the x alone. So how to do it? But the 5 this time is down, and remember the 5 is not added, neither is it subtracted. So make the x all alone and write the 12. This 5, since it is down, here the 4 was up, here the 5 is down, it goes up and gets multiplied with the 12. Okay, and that makes it a 60. So again I applied cross multiplication here. Okay, so this is again another method of this is the second process that we use to solve linear equations. Now let me take one where there is one number up and one number down. That is, let's take 3x by 5 is equal to 15. Now see, we have to again make this x alone. So there is something down, there is something up. What to do? The down one will go up, the up one will come down on the other side of the equal to sign, and this is why it is called cross multiplication. It goes like this. Okay, so x 15 into 5 by a 3. So the 5 went up, got multiplied, the 3 came down, divided, and now it is a simplification, 5. That makes it a x value is a 25. So we have used cross multiplication only here, here also only cross multiplication, and in this it is a mix of cross multiplication and transposition, both the things. Okay. So the next type of sum that we take is, let's take 3x plus 6, okay, is equal to 24, is equal to 24. 3x plus 6 is equal to 24. Here we can see some more problem now. Now every time in linear equation as we proceed, you see you face a different challenge. Okay, I do one type and the next something else crops up and you don't know what to do now because this time it has a bracket. What to do? Okay, so what we'll do is we'll do some algebraic multiplication, and here it goes. So we'll multiply this with this, plus 3 plus 6, 3x, 3 and 6 plus 18, and that is equal to 24. Yeah. Now we have an equation like in the previous sum I had showed. So I need to isolate, I need to make this 3x all alone, take everything else to the other side. 24 minus 18, I have used transposition here. Okay, 24 minus 18, this is a 6, and this side I have a 3x. Sum is not yet done because we are supposed to find the value of x and not the value of 3x. And here I am going to apply cross multiplication. As I said, all the sums will be using only two methods. Once it is transposition, once it is cross multiplication. Okay, there is no other new method for this linear equations. So here it goes by 3. Okay, this is up, so I brought it down. No minus 3, that is equal to 2. So x is 2. So actually, if you substitute x is 2 here, see this is 8. 8 into 3 is a 24. Okay, so you can check it like that in the exam also. Let's come to another one. Okay, 6x plus 5, 2x plus 17. Now, or let me take x by 4 minus 8 is equal to 1. Okay, so here, this is my next sum. Here again, the x term, I'll just keep it this side, I'll not touch it. Whatever is with it goes to the other side. 1 plus 9, I have used transposition. Okay, then I have got a 10 here, this is x by 4. Now time to use transposition, because this is down, it is not attached with a plus or minus sign, rather it is dividing x. So we take this 4 up and x is equal to 10 into 4, that's a 40. Okay, then the next type of sum that we are going to take up is the next one is 3x by 10 minus 4 is equal to 14. Now see what to do for this. Again, this is the x term. Recognize the x term, isolate it. 3x by 10 is equal to 14 plus 4. Now that is a 28. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Yeah, it's not a 28, sorry. This is less than 18 and this is 3x by 10. Okay. Now 10 is down here, that 10 will go up. So 3x, write it here and take the 10 up. Okay. As you take the 10 up, I get a 180. 10 into 18, 180. In the next step, bring the 3 down. And when you bring the 3 down, you get a 60. So value of x is a 60. Okay. So if you put 60 here, you will see that it is actually satisfying this equation. So here in all the sums that's written on the board right now, I have used transposition as well as cross multiplication. Okay then, so I'll end the video here today. If you have liked the video, do not forget to like, share and subscribe. And I would also tell you one thing, there are more videos coming up. The very next video will be on the same topic, tougher questions, because this does not take all the questions in this chapter. There's a whole lot of variety. Okay, so this is 6th and 7th standard level only. So follow the videos sequentially, and we have more videos coming up on the same topic. Thank you so much.